Hello, ambitious people. I have a very interesting topic for you guys today, and I want to talk about choosing how to feel and the perception in general. This is something which is so easy, like everyone talks about, kind of like, yeah, like positive thinking, all the jazz, especially like in the therapy and all the coaching, people always do that. And it's kind of, I think it's a very important topic, it is. And I think there's this different angles, the way you can approach it. And I want to share mine, and I hope you guys are going to get your own perspective on that. And especially with you can also look into like different philosophers who've been have different ways of living or practices, and they all have their own certain way of perceiving like adversity and hardships and in general like challenges in life. And but I think what I'm going to share is like the most basic, simple, but the most powerful one for sure. So my perception of everything, first of all, what I want to start with is like you choose how to feel. You choose the situation. It's not that something is shit. It's you think it's shit. It's not something is great and excellent. It's you think it's great and excellent. For someone, it's everything is relative. You might think you make $1 million a month. Someone might think it's such a low number. Someone might think it's impossible to achieve. So it's all very relative, right? And whatever happens to you, it's all relative. If you say, I don't know, lost a phone, it's also relative because you can buy a new one. But if like someone living in Africa lost a phone, they probably cannot buy a phone anymore, which is a different case, right? So it's the same thing but different perceptions of it. And but that's not only related to how related to how things are between people, but also how you can frame that perception in your own mind. Because the reason you want to choose a better perception, you want to control your perception, because otherwise everything can be shit. Technically your brain will forcefully tell you that something is shit, that something is off, something is not normal, something is wrong, because it's easier. And that's our coping, not only coping mechanism, but it's also our protection mechanism. That's how we've been developing over the years, especially when they're hunting like 1,000 years ago. It's important to think about shitty stuff, because shitty stuff might happen, you might die, but in 2025 you're not going to die from losing money even. So it's important to understand the reality and to bring bring it into the positivity and not stay at the neutral negative level, because that's going to give you energy, that's going to give you joy in life. Joy is, at the end of the day, joy is what you're aiming for. If you're not enjoying stuff you do, you're going to quit sooner. You will quit in general. If you enjoy it, if you find joy, if you find reasons for stuff being good, like good reasons and not like negative. If you just keep searching and finding negative things, of course you're gonna fucking quit, because you're not enjoying it. You think everything is shit, and everything is gonna maintain being shit forever if you just keep finding that. It's not how you do it. And it doesn't mean if you find everything good, it doesn't mean that everything is good. It doesn't mean straight away. If you need to keep a good balance between perceiving everything excellent and at the same time willing to get more. This is it's not easy. Sometimes we get complacent with the perceiving something as good and being rich and being successful, etc., or at least perceiving ourselves successful. But we need to find a good balance between being that person, being successful, feeling worthy, feeling like we have everything and enjoying it, and at the same time keep pushing through and keep going further, keep willing to get more. That's a cool mindset to have, and it's hard, but it's necessary. I think it's necessary in the life we are living. So my broad topic here today is basically we have three different ways of perceiving things. It could be negative, it could be neutral, and it could be positive. And as I mentioned, your brain will by default either choose a neutral, like realistic one, or negative, because that's how our brain works. I could give an example of like, say you related to e-commerce, like you launch a new product, you launch a new creatives, new campaign, doesn't work at all. Spend 2 days, spend like, I don't know, $200 on it. You lost $200. That's basically what happened. Like that's reality. You lost $200, what actually happened is you launched, you created a new product, created new videos, created new images, put them in Facebook, spent $200 on it, and received no sales. This is what happened. This is like realistic. This is literally what happened. Your brain will think, oh, it's failure. I fucked up. I have no idea what to do. It's shit. Nothing works. I'm losing money, etc. Like ecom doesn't work. All this exaggeration is all negative. Obviously, your brain wants to think that way. Your brain wants to protect you from feeling shit. Your brain basically wants to protect you from more work, which is necessary to make it work. So positive thinking in this case would be obviously like, oh, I learned so many things. I spent $200 on the like direct first kind of like first-hand primary research, primary learning, which is extremely valuable. You probably, if you're smart enough, you learn stuff. If you're not smart enough, you haven't learned shit, cool, now you know that you need to learn. That's another, like, there's a lot of layers, a lot of angles you can approach that situation with being positive. Everything can be positive, and that's so cool to transform your perspective from just thinking default or thinking negative to feeling positive. Because that's, now if you think that way, like cool, it happened. First, you have energy. You saved energy, you gain energy to keep you going. You just changed the voice in your head, and you made the voice work for you and not against you. And therefore, you might be able to talk about it with people now. You get more creative. You kind of get a bit more learning. You like get a little bit cautious. Like, okay, I'm not gonna quit. I realize it sucks. Find out why it sucks, and figure out how to make it not suck. That's the game plan. That's basically the best reality, right? Same way you can think like, oh, it sucks, I'm gonna quit. You would quit. You would just not like, it's just not how you want to think, right? You need to be a little bit delusional even, because sure, you can think in both ways, but which way, what's your goal? Is your goal to just keep thinking that everything sucks and quit all the time? No, your goal is to make it work and never think that it doesn't work. If something is proven to work, you can make it work. If you can make it work, that means there are just always problems which you need to get solved, and you need to find a way to solve it. You need to find problems as well. Sometimes you don't know what the problem is. And yeah, and so just in this case, it's something, it's such a mindset that you need to approach it with. It's such an important mindset, honestly. I think that can bring us from any shitty situation, any shitty whatever happens to you story, failure, which you would think, can bring us from that into something more beneficial for us, something that keep us going, something that brings us energy, something that will connect us with more people. And people would love this mindset. People like that because people often need that. Not many people have it. People will connect with you just because you always perceive something as positive. People like that. It gives them dopamine. It gives them hope. If you're able to give hope for yourself and therefore to other people, everyone will love you. Everyone will connect with you, because you are basically the leader at this point. You are seeing everything as a leader, and you give people control. You basically give people control, give people confidence, because you gain confidence over yourself, over your feelings, and over your thoughts. This is just a crucial mindset that you have for yourself, future for your team, for your family as well. That just brings so much control of your life, so much control. So that's what I want to end with, and I hope that was helpful, because that was really helpful for me today to realize. And yeah, enjoy your journey, guys.